I've owned my law firm for over 10 years. And as a law firm owner, like you know that I kind of batch my calendar. And so that makes my client days really long days. So I figured let's take you along, kind of see like how I run through a day that's a very full and busy day, along with managing the law firm, running the law firm, and just kind of all the things that come with that. So for today, let's look at my calendar. It's 9:47 right now. I just got to the office about 15 minutes ago. I've got a 10 o'clock estate plan signing. I've got a 10:45 estate planning consultation. Well, it's an amendment. So that's a prior client. We're going to amend her estate plan. I've got a new estate planning consult at 11, another one at 12, a deed signing at 12:45, a 1 o'clock estate planning in-person meeting, a 2 o'clock in-person estate planning meeting, and then a 2:45 estate planning signing. So that's like a lot of clients and kind of like a longer day for me for client meetings. But this means that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, I'm not seeing any clients. And so I ended up seeing a few clients yesterday, and then we got a full calendar today. So I'll kind of show you how I structure this day, kind of the in between appointments, and kind of what's going on, what's in my mind, like especially because with my practice area, with a lot of your practice areas, like they're kind of heavy, right? Like for estate planning, I'm talking about planning for someone's death, to be honest, right? I'm talking about probate, somebody that they love has died. And so it can just be like a heavy day. And so what I first need to do is get this all clipped together and ready for my client who is going to be coming now in 12 minutes. So let's get that ready. Now, if you have a paralegal or legal assistant working in the office, then hopefully they're doing this for you. But mine is 100% remote. And so while I have a receptionist here at the building, that's one that I share with the other tenants in my building, so they don't like work for me specifically. So when it comes to paper clipping, documents for signing and putting together estate planning binders, like I do a lot of that myself. I do have my 16-year-old daughter who does help me with making my binders and things like that. But a lot of the in-office things that I have to do, those admin tasks, like I have to do. And so when you're looking at the pros and cons of if you're hiring someone, if you want them in person or remote or a mix, like that's one thing to keep in mind is that for any kind of in-person admin tasks, if they're remote, then that falls on you to get all that stuff done. And so not the things that I love to be doing, not the best use of my time, not the prettiest, but when you're a solo and you're running a firm, and if you have, one employee or maybe two, like sometimes you have to do the admin tasks like paper clipping documents together, right? So versus having somebody in person full time. So that's something to consider if you're deciding if you're going to hire somebody or not, and if they're going to be in person or remote. Let's see. Okay, so they are coming now in 9 minutes. And my building receptionist just messaged me that my client is actually here. And so that's another reason why with the building that I'm in, I really like having a front receptionist. That way when clients show up early, he can kind of be a buffer and buy me some time for those clients. Or because I do book things so tight, if I'm running late on one client and the next client's early or something, and there's some overlap, we have a front lobby for them to wait in versus if I was just like in my own standalone office and I didn't have a front receptionist, kind of like a gatekeeper, then I would have a lot of issues with clients arriving when I'm not quite ready, if they arrive early, if I'm running late. I know some attorneys kind of build a bigger buffer into their schedule, so they will make sure they build a whole hour or an hour and a half per appointment just to stop that from happening. But that's not how I run my calendar. I schedule things. But that's not how I run my calendar. I schedule things very tight because I have a lot of people I need to see in a day because I only see clients 2 days a week. And so I need to be able to see people on a tight timeline, and to be able to have that buffer of a receptionist is a huge help to me. So let's get going into that appointment. Let's get them signed. Let's collect payment on that, and then we'll get ready for the next one. Okay, so we just finished with the 10 o'clock. It's 10:37. That was an older couple. They've been my clients for a number of years, and we were just doing some signing for some estate planning stuff for them. So got that done. Lesson for everyone: don't procrastinate. You're gonna pay for it because I procrastinated on reviewing their documents, and you saw me clipping them together just before they came in, only for me to realize like, oh, a document was missing. Now, it was a short little 2-page document, again, for estate planning. Everything is templatized, at least it should be. And so I was able to create it, but they were downstairs in the lobby waiting while I was like trying to get that 2-page document done and filled in for them. Had I reviewed their documents even just yesterday, I would have noticed it and could have gotten it done or had my paralegal do it. And so you can find that you can kind of get behind on even something that's like so simple that you don't think will require much time and it should be good to go. When you wait till the last minute, things like that happen, right? And then when I am putting the papers together after they sign them and stapling them, the stapler ran out of staples. It's just like, oh my gosh, and when you're a true solo, like you're having to do all those things, right? Refill the paper in the printer, refill the staples, refill or replace the toner cartridge or whatever. Like that's all on you. So just a reminder to like, don't wait until the last minute to review something. I generally don't, but it happens to all of us, happens to the best of us. And so I had to pay for it today. The clients were fine. It wasn't the problem. We had to wait like, I think I took them at like 10:05 instead of 10. So it wasn't a big deal. I got it done pretty quickly, but it still was just like, gosh, like, why did I wait until right before they came in to review and clip their documents? So, oh well, lesson learned. All right, this client is going to pick up the draft of her estate plan. So she's picking them up at 1:00 today. I'm not meeting with her. She's just picking them up for my receptionist. But I need to actually take a look at them and make sure that they are what they are supposed to be. My paralegal prepared them. So I'm going to look at my notes from meeting with the client and just make sure that everything looks good. When you're preparing like documents that you use on a regular basis, whether like contracts or leases or wills or power of attorneys or whatever kind of documents or contracts that you draft, to the extent that you can do so, I would highly recommend for any like documents that you prepare on a regular basis, whether it's like, contracts or leases or deeds or I don't know, like me, like wills and power attorneys or anything that you've prepared on a regular basis, like try to make sure that like everything that you need to modify is like in the beginning of the contract and at the end of the contract. And so that way you're not having to review like the middle of the contract. Now, like for something that's more extensive, like a trust, it doesn't quite work as well. Although for the most part, like the middle of my trust for clients are standard, pretty much the same. And then the beginning and the end, maybe a little bit in the middle, but for the most part, beginning and the end. Like for my wills is like page 1 and 2 have like identifying information, and then distributions are like the very last revision. So like I can review a will or power of attorney like very quickly because I'm reviewing like, page 1 and page 8 or whatever it may be. So try to like create your templates in that format to make it easier for you when reviewing. Okay, the day has just been, oh, are you a little crooked? I think you're a little crooked. Okay, the day has been flying by. It's already 12:54. It's been go, 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 go. My desk is a mess. I won't show you because it has sensitive documents on it, but there's just stuff everywhere. I mean, the good news is that everybody that I met with for new clients, they've all hired, right? And so when you do the work of kind of onboarding, warming them up, converting them from cold leads to warm leads, or if they're coming to you from a referral source, right? Like by the time they come in to meet with you, they should be ready to go. Maybe you're answering some questions, clarifying some things, but they already want to work with you. And so if they're referred to you, that's usually going to be the case. If they're not referred to you and they found you, online or something like that, by having, the FAQs, the blogs, the video, the intake guide, by having all these things to warm them up, by the time they come in, they're already ready to go. And that's what you want, right? You don't want consultations where people are still undecided and they're not sure, right? I mean, and that can happen, but ideally, the number of people who come in to see you, like they're already ready to go. So, okay, we've done some estate planning consults, we've done some signings. So my next client let me see, what am I doing at 1:00? I am doing estate planning consultation, and then I have another estate planning consultation for a couple at 2, and then I have a client signing at 2:45. So we got 3 more to go. I need to get a number of documents scanned into my paralegal. So for the people who hired me today, I have their engagement agreements, I have their payments. I need to get all that scanned over to my paralegal so she can enter it, create the task in Asana, add them to our project management system, put the deadlines on there. Right now, I'm quoting my clients about 4 weeks for estate plans from when they hire us to have drafts ready for them. And so when I take clients on, especially when I'm in person, afterwards, and I scan whatever, information that she needs over to her so she can get started on her end. So for estate planning, like she has been with me for a little over 2 years now, and so we kind of have a pretty good flow going. So she knows what to prepare. Like I give her direction. Okay, we're doing this, and this. Here's all the names. Here's the information that she needs, and then she starts it. So she creates all the drafts of it, gets everything ready for me, and then she highlights anything in the documents that she's not sure of or has questions on for me to really pay special attention to. Now I review all the documents, but if she has specific questions or is unsure about some language that she used, she'll highlight that for me to really kind of point it out, and then I'll review. So right now it's about 4 weeks on that for us to turn those around to have it ready for clients to sign for estate planning. So it is 12:57. I am going to hop off, get ready for this next call. Hopefully this one doesn't go super long and I can get some things scanned in. And I gotta get 2 estate planning binders prepared also for clients who are gonna be picking up. So my daughter already got the binders kind of ready for me. They're all tabbed and divided and has like the generic forms. I just need to staple and hole punch the actual documents and put them in the binder, sign the closing letters, and get those ready. So, all right, let's keep going. And I'll check back in later. Whew. Okay, wow. We're done with clients for today. I've been done for about 15-ish minutes. It's 3:30 now. So wrapped up with that last client. And today has been just a whirlwind. I didn't get to check in as many times as I wanted to because it's just like go, go, go and just like nonstop. Um, very, yeah. Um, I guess, what am I looking for the word? Like a high revenue producing day for the firm, right? On days like this where I see clients all day long, because for my estate plans, I charge half down and half at signing for the most part. And so when I have new clients, they're paying their first half. When I have signings, they're paying their second half. So days like today are a very like revenue creating day. So a lot of revenue in the firm today from all the appointments today. And so, but then tomorrow I can make zero, right? And again, like I shared before, like it's not really like a roller coaster of high and lows. It's just given how I run my calendar, my schedule, like that's like my normal flow, right? And so there could be some clients that come through the firm and hire us on days that I don't see them for whatever reason. Sometimes it's kind of odd to have clients that I've never met. There's a bit of I don't know, disconnect, but like for most of my clients, like I've met them all, right? Either by phone or so I haven't seen them, but by phone we've talked or Zoom or in person. But for some clients, especially like I do a little bit of business work. Like they just need something done and we don't need a consultation. It's pretty straightforward what they need. And so I've like never met them until maybe we sign something or sometimes they e-sign depending on what it is. Now, of course, for estate plans, I'm having consult with those clients. So, but for certain transactions, like I'm totally comfortable and given the facts of that case, like of just, taking care of the work that needs to be done without a full consultation. And so that can happen. Things can come through on days that I'm not seeing clients from like that. And so, but the high revenue days are the days that I actually am seeing clients in person or virtually because that's when they're hiring or getting paid their second half because I mostly do estate planning. That's like the bulk of my practice. And so today's been a really busy day of like lawyering, right? But I've told you that like lawyering is the smallest part of what I do. I mean, the consults and signings, like, okay, but all the in between stuff, like all the other days, like I'm running the business, right? I am making sure the business keeps going, making sure it continues to grow, and handling the business side of running the law firm. So now that I'm done with clients, I'm doing my check-ins with my paralegal, kind of seeing what she needs, answering, questions. But like I can't do that all day long, right? So you have to make sure that you have some parameters or boundaries around the emails and the phones. Like I haven't taken any unscheduled phone calls. I don't accept unscheduled phone calls because I am busy working, right? And so if I need to call a client back that is scheduled for the end of the day or a certain day and time, generally speaking. But and so like I have my check-in point where I will check in and answer questions. But when I'm a day like this where I'm just seeing clients go all day long, like I can't just be on email all day long, and neither can you. And people can wait a few hours for an answer. Like I promise you, like for most of your practice areas, you don't need to be immediately available. There can be a few exceptions. I'll give you that. But for a lot of us, that's not the case. So what I'm going to do now is that I need to get my client's estate planning binder, which my daughter like has already prepared it with the tabs and all the different forms and things that I put in my binders. She's gotten it all ready for me. And so now I just need to insert my client's signed documents, sign her closing letter, and then have this binder ready for her to pick up. And again, my receptionist can do that. So I have it ready and secured in my office. And when the client comes at a certain date and time to pick up their binder, which we plan ahead of time for, then a receptionist can just retrieve it from my office and hand it to the client without me needing to be present and part of that, handoff of the binder to the client. And so I'm going to get this one ready. I think she's going to come by on Friday to pick it up, but I'm going to just get it ready now. So it's just ready to go for her. And then I am going to get some things scanned in from all the clients that like hired today, all the estate plans I signed, and get all that scanned in. I'm going to scan that all to my paralegal. I'm really hoping that I can be out of here by 4 o'clock. It is now 3:36. So we're going to see if I can be out of here by 4 o'clock. So I can go to the bank. I need to go to the bank because some clients pay by check, and I don't have like a check reader, and my business account, like the online mobile banking for me to like take the picture of the check, like it doesn't work my business account. I don't know why it's not set up. I can do that for my personal account, but not for business. So I'm gonna stop by the bank to talk to them, or to deposit those checks. And then also, my daughter needs her own bank account set up. So she has like a separate savings account that we have set up for her, but she can't touch that. And so, but now she's kind of had some jobs this summer and she has some checks to deposit. And so I need to get her like a regular checking account set up so she can deposit, those checks and have access to that account. But she's not touching her savings account. That she won't get until she goes off to college, I think. So, okay, I will see if I can get out of here by 4 because now it's 3:37. I'm going to get this binder ready, get those scans done, and hopefully wrap up and get out of here. So I will maybe check in one more time with you, and then we'll call it a wrap on today. Okay, according to the red light flashing on my mic receiver, it is about to die. So we're going to wrap this up here. It's 3:45. I am still here, but I think I can get out of here by 4. So, all right, thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful to kind of see how to run your firm as a law firm owner, how to kind of manage your calendar, how it can still be long days, it can still be rough days, but at least now, having a long day today, I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to not see clients and to kind of get the actual work done, to run the business, and to do the other things that I need to do. Okay, it's 4:18, just locked up, all done. Have a good one.